Hello and welcome back to the channel, and today we're doing another body doubling video, but next weekend I will be going to the bins, so I will have some more bins videos coming up. Plus my new series where I'm going through all of the books I bought at an estate sale. So a couple extra things going on. I know it's been kind of boring with the same things over and over again, so hopefully be able to shake it up a bit and be able to actually make it to the bins and make sure none of my kids are sick and the weather is great. Right now, we are being snowed in, so that is fun. So I'm listing jeans. Again, I prefer to list things as a group. So if I was listing a bunch of jeans, I'd prefer to list them together, but in this bin I pulled up to list, I did not have a lot of other jeans in there. I will still list Lucky jeans. I will still list silver jeans, especially men's silver jeans. I'm listing these Lucky jeans because they are more of the like 1990s flair, not the 1970s flair, but the 1990s flair, because that is coming back. And I lived through the 90s once. I don't need to see the 90s again. I'm not a huge fan of like bell-bottomy flare legs, but I understand a lot of people are. I will be a die-hard skinny jeans for the rest of my life, probably. I'm a millennial. It's fine. I will side part and I will wear my skinny jeans forever. But there is some wear on these jeans. Again, I'm listing these mainly because they are flare. If I would have seen this wear on just a boot cut, I would not be listing these. But because of this specific cut, I am listing these. Otherwise, I would not. So I'm becoming a lot pickier. I'm also very mad because I'm having to update these categories manually still. I don't know what is going on with eBay. I'm doing the list multiple drafts and it's still not giving me suggestions on categories even. I'm having to go and search each time, which is just a pain. I'm hoping someday in the future it'll change. I did put a ticket in with eBay for it as like not working. But maybe it's just me. I don't know. With this, again, when I'm going to the bins this time, when I've been thrifting lately, I am just being very picky when it comes to jeans, especially because jeans are not selling the way they used to. My hard goods, I am pushing them out the door as quick as possible. I am very rarely selling clothes. That being said, I do have 2 items to ship after the weekend that are clothing right now. I was going to ship today, but again, we're getting snowed in. And I have till Tuesday because Monday is a federal holiday. It is President's Day. So on Tuesday, as of right now, and I'm recording this on a Friday right around lunchtime. So on Tuesday, I will be mailing out a vintage flat sheet and a toddler Minnie Mouse dress. So the vintage flat sheet, I do believe I bought in the lot of a bunch of vintage sheets. And the Minnie Mouse dress was my daughter's. So I had no real sunk cost into that. Again, I'm using the AI because I do believe eBay is rewarding us for the AI. I could be wrong, but it doesn't hurt me. I'm using the AI. I am putting my own description above the AI because people will read that first instead of having to read the AI where it's like, include this in your wardrobe. It is so stylish and blah, blah, blah. People are not reading that. We're all tuning that out. So I am including my description above it instead of below it. So I have learned my lesson there. The jeans, I'm just going around a pound. If they are heavy jeans, women's jeans that are like the very thin, like more spandexy material, I am doing at a lesser weight because they tend to be, but men's jeans or women's jeans that are heavy, I will do at a pound and I'll just eat it if they're a lot over it. But honestly, with this new Ground Advantage, there is not a huge deal between a pound and 2 pounds. So a pound, 7 ounces is not going to be that big of a difference from a pound. Now, if I'm off by an entire pound, that is my fault. After you do this for so long and after touching things for so long, you kind of can guesstimate how much something is. These Under Armour pants, I want to say I already sold these. If they're the extra larges, I already sold them. If they're the unsized, nope. These are the no size. I have not sold these yet. And I will probably end up pulling them, but it was a very lightweight item and I did get it at the bins. So I went ahead and listed that. But if it doesn't sell, I will pull it. And I've found a lot of times if there is no size tag, if it's not a hard to find vintage item and there's no size tag, they tend not to sell. It will sit a while, and Under Armour is not a hard to find item. So I will probably end up redonating those. And they will just live their cycle of life again. There's nothing wrong with them. They just don't have a tag. Now, some vintage items that don't have tags, that's fine. Handmade items that don't have tags, that's fine. Sheets, flat sheets that don't have tags, that's fine because I can measure those and there is a chart you can look up online for the approximate measurements. Fitted sheet, I will not even try. Measuring a fitted sheet takes a very special person. I am not that person. So if I don't have the flat sheet to go off of with its measurements, and if I don't have a tag, I tend not to pick up the vintage fitted sheet unless I put on the listing that I'm selling it for craft purposes. And I've done that before, especially when the elastic is rotten, but it's a very good pattern. I'll be like selling for craft purposes only. And they do sell. They just don't sell for the amount they would if they could sell them as a sheet, because they obviously cannot work as a sheet. Also, I'm trying to think anything. I'm probably going to stay away from picking up Under Armour at the bins, Adidas at the bins. What are some jeans? Jeans are heavy. They're going to have to be very special. That being said, the last time I was at the bins, I picked up 2 very heavy coats and they both sold for around $80 a piece. They paid for themselves. That is great. They actually, those 2 sales paid for my entire bins trip. And everything else I make off that trip is just pure profit. But they were very specific coats, and I knew that I could make my money back. I wouldn't just go pick up any coat. These were a vintage Levi's jean color block coat and a women's heavyweight Carhartt coat. And I knew both of those I would make my money back on. I wasn't just picking up like London Fog or something, which I won't pick up London Fog. However, athletic wear has been selling for me and it's very light. Granted, this is a different bins we are going to. I don't tend to run across high-end athletic wear at my bins, but I've never been to these bins in Missouri, so we will find out what they have wise. I have been watching some videos and they don't seem terribly crowded, so I have some faith with that, but some people have said they've been told not to record there, so we'll see if I can record there or not. But only like 3 people have actually made videos in this bins. It is a relatively new bins. So we'll see. I hope I can record and I hope it turns out. This is Carrie Underwood's brand Kala, but she has no ownership in it anymore. Like she's not involved with it anymore, but it's still called Carrie Underwood. I will pick these up, especially the bins. They are very, very lightweight. I would not pay more than $4 for these at a thrift store because my turnaround isn't going to be that great, and honestly I don't think they've been bought yet. And they are a decent size. I'm not going to buy extra smalls, but these were a size large. Extra larges tend to go fairly quickly for me. Mediums a little bit, but they do take longer. Smalls and extra smalls are incredibly difficult to sell. However, where I work, the people that tend to wear the smalls and extra smalls are the ones that are constantly wearing these. Maybe they're just buying them full price somewhere. Or maybe they're very specific fashions and I just don't have those. But larges and extra larges do sell quite well. I will pick up Athleta, Fabletics, Kala, of course Lululemon, not LuLaRoe, Lululemon, and even Under Armour and Adidas when it comes to leggings, if I can get larges or extra larges. I don't know if I've done the video for these yet because I'm all out of order. I found Duluth trading leggings and Carhartt leggings sell very well. I've only found one pair of Carhartt leggings out in the wild ever while doing this. So if you find Carhartt leggings, they do sell quite well. I will pick those up. I will pick up 511. I will pick up anything that says hiking on it or camping or underlayers. I will pick those up. They do tend to sell. And now eBay makes it easier to sell underlayers. I had vintage is so cool. Vintage LL Bean zip up long johns. And I had them like 2 years ago. And it was so difficult to list them on eBay because eBay kept trying to say I was selling used underwear. And I'm like, no, it's long johns. It's zip up long johns. I was finally able to find a way to list them. I don't remember how I did it, but now you can do like underlayers and stuff on the athletic wear, which works great. It's not used underwear. It's long johns. I kind of wish I would have kept them. I did not know my son would get as big as he's getting, as fast as he's getting, but they were so super cool. I also wondered how you'd go to the bathroom in them because they did zip up full body. So I guess you'd just have to strip down to go to the bathroom. And man, we got off the rails while we're doing this. Again, in the description, I'm putting my description first. So I know that they will see it above the AI. I'm putting please refer to measurements in it. If it doesn't have a size, I will price it considerably less than if they do have sizes. If it does have a size, I'll price it on par with what they're selling. I almost tried to scroll up on my screen as I'm voiceovering this to figure out what it was. I haven't gotten a lot of issues with shipping lately with guesstimating, but I do have a scale that I will use, and I did use recently on some items. This tiny little Cabela's bag, and I don't remember if you guys remember this from my bins video. I did get this from the bins. It had white stuff all over the top of it, and I'm going to say it was bird poop. I'm not sure. I'm a mom. Very few things faze me. I went ahead and picked it up because I was pretty sure I could get it to wash off. It wasn't paint. It definitely wasn't paint, and I definitely touched it with my bare hands. Again, if you're squeamish, wear gloves at the bins. I don't because I need to touch and feel things, which works great when I'm like semi-allergic to wool. So when I'm touching things, I'm like, oh, I'm itching, it's wool. Or I'm super itchy, it's cashmere. But it had white all over the top, and since it is kind of like a tackle box bag or like a bag you might take up into a tree stand with you, it is a small duffel, so you definitely wouldn't take this like hiking overnight or to the gym or something. I figured it was outdoors, and it just happened to have a bird use it as a bathroom. It washed out perfect. It looks brand new. And honestly, it looked brand new when I picked it up just for the white stuff. So, I mean, someone probably used it once. It happened, and they just threw it away because they didn't want to deal with it. More power to them. I will benefit from that. And I've done that a lot with things I've got from the bin, especially if it's lighter things, cost less. If I know I can clean them up fairly quickly, I've got no issues with that. I have a pretty decent laundry game going on. Again, when you have 3 kids, pretty decent laundry game. But I also know if I wash it once and I can't get it out with stain remover and whatever I've used, I give up and move on. I currently am working on a Pyrex bag that I thought would get clean. It did not get clean. I need to scrub it with a stiff brush and some Dawn dish soap and then try it again. I think I can get it clean with that. I'm just so not happy with having to go through and search all these, and I could not figure out where to put bags. It was not with sporting goods. I think I ended up, and it's not with campground, I ended up having, it's not with travel. I'm like, where are the freaking suitcases and bags and duffels? So I just went with luggage. I could have went with bags in the women's clothing category, but this is definitely not like women exclusive. This is unisex, even leaning more towards male, but I didn't want to list it under women's. And also, I have a bone to pick with eBay. I think they should have a bigger unisex category, especially when it comes to a lot of clothing lately, especially a lot of children's clothing brands are doing unisex instead of boy or girl, or t-shirt brands are doing unisex, hoodie brands are doing unisex, but eBay is still stuck on men and women. I could see like children like going by size variations, but I wish there was a larger unisex category for it, and there just isn't a lot of options when we go under the unisex category. Now, depending on when you viewed this, maybe they've completely changed it, but as of February 2024, still not a huge thing, a huge category. This, if it doesn't sell, we'll just end up using it during camping season. It would be great size for a larger first aid kit. Yes, we carry smaller first aid kits on us when we're on the trails and stuff, but this would be like a base first aid kit, a camp first aid kit. This would be something that has more things than you might need. Also medications and stuff in it. I think would be a good first aid kit size, but that is also going from my individual camping experience. I'm sure it works great for fishing tackles and stuff like that. And speaking of which, I bought a full tackle box at an auction for $2, so I'm going to make a video of me going through that because I know absolutely nothing. This is a hobo bag. I priced this high. I'm going to probably end up dropping the price pretty soon. It is leather, 100% leather, and it is very gold. The pictures do not do this justice because it is like a glittery gold. I thought it was a drawstring bag, but it is actually not. It's a magnetic closure. So I had to go back and change that. I thought it was a cinch drawstring. It is not. So you do see the title. I am changing it. I'm going back and forth. So please don't come at me. I know it's not a drawstring bag. I know it's not a cinch bag. It is a magnetic closure. I do go back and change that. It is so soft though. It is like butter soft. This is good quality leather. It is obnoxiously gold. Maybe it's the mob wife aesthetic that we're going for here, but it's very, very gold, but it is so soft. Like, and the only reason I picked it up at the bins is because when you felt high quality leather, you know what high quality leather feels like. And I picked it up and I said, this is leather. Again, this is why I don't wear gloves. However, one of these days I'm going to touch something that's going to like make my hand fall off, or I'm going to get bit by a mouse, or, you know, cut myself on something. All completely valid reasons to wear gloves. I don't. So don't follow me. Don't do as I do as I say, I guess. A lot of people that go to the bins use gloves. A lot of people don't use the gloves. I prefer not to. My husband prefers to use gloves, but he also goes for more hard goods, and he's more likely to get cut. I'm more likely to touch something dead or gross. And I've already touched a dead mouse at one of the bins. I touched a live spider. That was super fun. But I'm willing to take my chances because I do so much on touch. And I think a lot of that is too, you're moving so quickly through the bins that your eyes almost can't, and see, this is me changing the title of the bag. Your eyes almost can't keep up with it, and it's kind of overwhelming. So as I'm scanning with my eyes, I'm also touching with my hands. And a lot of times I'll pick up stuff that I didn't see, but I did feel. And it's so quick, and there can be a bunch of pushy people there. I'm looking forward to the other bins to see if it's as dead as they think, because technically it is closer than the Indianapolis bins to us and could be a viable day trip option. Indianapolis is far enough away that it's, for us to get our money's worth with gas and everything, we almost have to stay the night and get 2 days out of it. This, we might be able to do a 1 day and just go down and back up, but they also don't change out every hour, so I will find out. I will report back. But again, I don't use gloves, and I've had people message me like, use gloves. You're gonna touch something gross, and 100% I will touch something gross. Not too phased, but the bins we normally go to has a really nice bathroom. Again, though, my standards for bathroom are fairly low. It is better than a gas station, not as good as a Dairy Queen. But depending on the bathrooms at this new bins, I don't know if I will be happy to go without gloves or not, because I was able to leave whatever I wanted to wash my hands and then go back to the bins. And usually I would wash my hands when they were doing a flip. I'd go and wash my hands and then go back to the bins, which I know can seem like a pain in the butt for people. And honestly, I couldn't really do that if I was by myself, because I would be afraid to leave my cart. Granted, at the Indianapolis bins, most people leave their carts and they're fine. However, they do a cart sweep towards the end. I think they do one around lunch too. So I would be afraid to leave my cart unattended. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you listed as many things as I did, and please like and subscribe and have a very productive day.